then they go back there like harvest the earth. Like, did they do that? Like, because that's life. Like trees, plants, flowers. That's all life.
Yeah. So whatever. Like I said, put them here. Already designed this to work in correlation because a tree it does what it gives off the oxygen and whatnot. You know what I'm saying?
Well, what started the first living thing that started it all? Then where would that first generate from?
It comes from a projection from the
wherever water came from.
Okay, so that's what you're saying. So you're saying from the fourth dimension. Well, no, but he's saying though that water is even a creation.
I one day watched a video that was like a simplified explanation of the fourth dimension, and I can see where that would come from.
Which is hydrogen and oxygen. Mm-hmm. It being two elements that it had to be created.
Right, because
any forced to be fused.
Basically, because hydrogen is one thing and oxygen is another. So we had those two. It's like, so he's saying that there had to be
an entity from the fourth dimension. No, but the fourth dimension is like something different because I've watched the video on that. That's way above in the universe. That's above that. Like,
but I'm saying from there, so.
Like we're in a box and something looked
what
big
was
and created
projected
something.
Here, like from
wherever
it projected, they knew.
Right. They probably have it in their world.
I can see that. I mean, I can see that.
After time, it just happened because I think we're the only planet that has gravity.
Yeah, see, almost like in a simplified picture. So in a simplified picture, this is almost what it is.
So there's no one place where you get stuck to the ground. And all the other planets, from what I've heard and studied and seen so far. But there's other places
that they discovered water.
No, yes. Yeah, it's poisonous.
They've been looking into trying to find places
if you live there,
Earth for a long time.
They discovered water on other planets. So what that mean for they like? Would you use that same thing?
Supposedly found one or two that like almost suffice.
Look at that water is horrible, but they're still surviving. I mean,
they're a good enough amount wrong, but this like
still getting the
most accurate.
It's just pretty cool. You know why? Because it brings you on to like, oh, this could like, we all into movies and cartoon shit. So it's like, boom. It's like that's think of like a movies and cartoon. You got these beings from the fourth dimension experiment on what we know as our universe. You know what I'm saying? So they basically project themselves all over the fucking universe. And like this stuff that could possibly help the planet, which is like the plant life and the water, and our Earth is the only one that is sustainable of all this shit. Cause
no way.
You know what I'm saying? That it's just no. I'm saying though, it's interesting. It's pretty cool like to think about it that way because. It makes like you said earlier, it makes a great movie. You know what I'm saying? One, it makes a great fucking movie. It's just wild like how far you can take it.
All these all these universes and shit out there. There's no way we're the only things walking around doing stuff like this.
Like we know that our universe is one of many.
And even in the animals' life, like there's just planets with creatures up there. Like you could have a planet full of creatures that are just like animals, because like we just live this like super civilized, I guess, advanced to our criteria life, where like an animal's living its own life. It does its own thing. It has a routine most likely.
Be great. Describe
creatures
that earlier.
Could just be out there like that on a whole planet just running around with creatures.
Be great described that earlier. He said, I heard in part what you said. You could explain a little bit more, but I remember you said when we were projected here, we took on some type of animal, like reptilian. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what made Eve say the snake is talking to her.
We carry a serpentine energy through us. That's what the Kundalini is. Like when you see that stick, the medical sign, the stick that has the snake. That's an old sign. They just took that and they used that. They you know what I'm saying, for medical uses, but it represents the spinal cord, the energy. That's what they call the serpentine energy.
Okay.
Right? So
they move too fast.
Animals being mammals, and the way it's broken down, I'm telling you, and it makes a lot of sense to me, because you get a lot of these words and you listen to them, and whoever developed these words and broke it down in English, like and you spell it animal, like the word earth. All you got to do is put the H in the beginning of the ER. You got heart, so the earth is the heart. That's literally earth, heart. HEART. Put the H at the end of.
Is the heart of the universe?
It just means heart. That means it has a rhythm. It means
that life.
Yeah, it's just that's it. So that's why.
That's mad cool, because like I just said, it's like they just experiment on every planet, and then they found the heart.
But hold on, that's where my question, because this conversation is real dope. I don't really know. I'm learning a lot just listening to y'all. But what made the earth so special?
That's what I'm saying.
But that's why,
that's what he's saying. Like they experiment.
Like, why would you be the only planet that has life
like
on it? Whether it's like animalistic life or whatever.
For whatever reason,
for whatever
reason, and it's explained.
Life on it.
For whatever reason, it's explained. Like when they talk about how they hit us with all these diseases, all this famine. My man says the Army been doing that. He was like they kept experimenting.
Also, they kept
way more than they.
And look, they kept experimenting people, right? The East Indian and all that, everything that has straight hair that's not like our hair, and all Cro-Magnon man, they kept wiping them out. Do over till they got it right. The Army race.
Sound like the Eternals.
Yeah, they kept wiping out. So all these Cro-Magnon and all these other was what you got today. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
final product.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
but now,
it
was white people sent here to organize it because in a way the Army, they fell from. That's why they said they fell from grace because they started doing shit.
So they were projected here as well. My fault. Go ahead.
Yeah, I kind of like what Nico, but I like Nick's theory on that taken before, where he said about how we basically started and how we just broke down basically like what
what we were talking about earlier. Yeah.
So like what you saying, but his theory on it kind of makes sense too. How like the pigment broke down and everything
depending
broke
on where
down,
you're
like,
at, like climate and stuff like that.
like
over
that, so,
years too, not just like somebody just moved to Greenland where it's cold and they instantly just like
they started off black. You know what I'm saying? But being there for so long, they adapted to the thing. So they pigment. So now you losing pigment. Like the white people, they losing pigment. You know what I'm saying? As they go on in time. You get what I'm saying? So when you hear them theories like, oh, you don't got no soul, you don't got no thing, because you losing the core element.
That's not necessarily true because even a white person can have a soul. But most of
not just a soul.
Most of what's created is the difference between a soul and a spirit. Yeah. Spirit energy is lunar. Solar energy is what the original what the ones that's projected here runs off of solar, right? So that's why I was going to get into like how you break it down with animals because they animated. Anything that's animated, why does the moon pull the water and all that? Why does the moon have to do all that? So when you get people that walk around, especially like a lot of women and white women, you know what I'm saying? They bugging out because they run off of lunar energy because they were created in the water. That's why you got like when you watch movies like the Precogs, that movie with this nigga Tom Cruise and stuff.
When they just laying in the water, and shit like that. Because
they came out of the water. They used the water as an incubator. That's why the water was created. Just to purify and clean out and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? That's why for the most part it's explained that they like the electrolytes and all that stuff. Like because it's theorized pretty much that. Like me myself, I don't even drink that much. We drink, supposedly, brown people drink water to purify themselves. A lot of white people, they gotta stay hydrated, because that's their essence. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. You know what I'm saying? We just drink it just to purify ourselves, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? I know, I don't need that much goddamn water. For one, personally, I'm just saying, like when I looked at it. So anyway, so when you animate it, but an animal is animated, and that's because when you get the ones that were created, they were mixed with that animal blood. So that's why you get a lot of them that love dogs. That a lot of the times that love animals because they are them. They are mixed with them with a little bit of the almond race DNA.
That's another theory, but that's a heavy ass
theory. That's the whole theory.
And it's so crazy because, like, as you say,
that they were created to work. They were created to work. But how and he's very brutal when he does it, and that's why I'm like, the chickens will come home to roost because he'll be like, yo, we used to beat the shit out of them every time they got out of the line. We was the order here. Don't know white man ain't supposed to be in charge of this shit. Yeah. Look at what they doing. They dressing up as motherfucking teenagers and all this other shit. They project this image as if they are order and law, but they are not naturally. You know what I'm saying? Because they really kind of like insane.
You know what's funny is like what you said in the car about the Marvel again. It's so messy that they make it organized. Like the timeline, like you said, is so messy that it makes sense. So even your theory can make a little bit of sense, and your theory can make a little sense.
It's Nubians, but it just makes sense. It just makes sense in the fact that because when you got people that are literally in your face and you see it trying to pass off pedophilia and stuff in this day, nah, you good. I'm good. Yeah, you good.
Yeah,
pedophilia and all that. How would and he makes you think? How are they in charge? He's like naturally. The people that were here first wasn't with none of that really. You might have had your degenerates and stuff like that. You had people doing degenerate things, but not to that extent, and not to normalize it. So that's why he says the end of they reign right now because they showing it. Before they used to be like they used to throw you in jail when you was gay. Now they like, oh, now you could be gay because they going out with a bang now because they really diminish it. That when they talk about the earth heating up, those that really can't take what projected solar energy, solar people here is gonna pretty much be reduced even more. You know what I'm saying? They were developed here for a reason for the most part to work, and the army was supposed to watch over them and this and that. But what did the army do? They committed bestiality in a sense because according to this whole thing, they are two-legged animals. Basically, this is what he says about it. They are two-legged animals. He was like they used to be beaten all that. They was made just to work. But the army started falling from grace by embracing them. And especially the black woman, because the black woman was the womb man for them. She was the main one with all the mitochondrial DNA that created them. That's why to this day, when you see the judge go hug the white girl for killing Botham Jean and being like, oh, you know, a lot of black women to this day too, they embrace. That's why they nurse them too. Like in slavery, they sit up there, they call you ugly and this and that, but they'll sit up there and make babies with you. And then give their babies to the black woman to breastfeed, but she's so ugly and this and that. Makes you think, what the fuck? Cause that's their mother. That's their mother. Mama Africa is the white man's land. It's their birthplace because the army created them there. That's why you got a whole zoo of Africa. That's why you got so many animals. It's like, why the fuck all them animals over there? You know what I'm saying? And the way they are and spread out and you know what I'm saying? Even though the climate and this and that, and then you think about it too, why, and if evolution happened, why are they still monkeys?
Yo, you know what's funny thing? You say, because Mo made that theory, remember when he was like all the continents? That's true. But all the continents was together.
I the monkey part.
Remember that?
Yeah, the biggest rebuttal she said, that's what my dog said about wolves.
I mean, that kind of makes sense if you think about that.
With the wolf?
Yeah, because if they're like would that just be like a breed of dog, or would that be like an evolution thing?
That's why
like dogs, would dog be a evolutionary?
That was like the biggest rebuttal I heard back to that. Was like,
it brings you back to like animals, like how they used to be then, like evolution.
Well, see, that's jumping down the rabbit hole. You know, I like doing that.
Did evolution happen or did it not happen? Because we have the animals, prehistoric animals.
But you said
allegedly it didn't.
You know what I'm saying? We have allegedly prehistoric.
Right? No, it diminished. It evolved. Not that we came from.
Not came from lizards. I know what you mean.
It is kind of crazy because like it got watered down because you had like a lot of people died off. They developed, right? So when you had all these famines and all these diseases, that was people being wiped out. So there was a sort of
a mixed breed,
it was just
cross.
It was mostly mixing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You know what that remind me of right now?
But that's weird though. Like you would think you would see more of it.
But no,
compared to just so watered down.
But look what right now, COVID. Look, they said COVID been around, and they trying to say COVID came from. It's a trace of COVID DNA in animals and stuff like that and everything. And you see how you said they was wiped out. I think that I think this happens like repeatedly. Like we had the flu, you had the Black Plague.
It's alleged. It goes like this. Everybody that calls themselves black is going to be wiped out. It's supposed to be. It's no more. It's not going to be no more.
It's a little racist.
Multiple. It is very. It's very. The way he because he says it like because when you got the East Indian, the Chinese, it's only really 4 races. There's no such thing as a Mexican because a Mexican is a mixture of an East Indian and a Caucasian, right? Really, that's all it really is. So that's why when Mexicans be trying to take on the history of the Mayans and the Incas and the Aztecs, it's like hold up. Y'all not even really a real race for the most part. Because when they came over here and it was mixing,
they were Hawaiian, right? The Mayans and the Aztecs, they were Hawaiian.
They were Mexicans are us. Brown people, us brown.
Well, Hawaiians are brown people.
Well, I mean,
listen to me, brother. Who said this? What's the name?
Nuben Minkara.
I see
where he from?
He from Brooklyn, actually, but the nigga from Brooklyn. I'm sorry, but like he do, and it sound crazy. It does sound crazy, but like when you look at the statues and because and pictures, if you go in and you look at Mesoamerican, they don't look. Like they got afros,
but his theory. But that's what I'm trying to say.
His brown people.
No, that's true, no doubt.
But his theory makes sense.
They got water. They got everything got intermingled. According to this thing, right? So with that, that's where you get the different. And then people started going into tribal stances. Even the people here, that's what broke people off. Even more. That's what separated us. Then the white men learned how to organize. They was like, oh shit, we know how to organize. That's what they not doing. That's what they doing wrong. They outsmarted everybody after a while.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying.
They put the teamwork.
But see what I'm
Black
saying?
people can't stand being with
because
each
when
other
they
all the
came
time.
from Europe,
You put white people together, they will hold it down.
And when they be like, yo, we got this and that in Europe. So why the fuck y'all came here if y'all had it so good over there?
It sucks
you know
to
what I'm
say
saying?
like
They was dirty. They was living in filth and all that too. However, they presented themselves after they came here as distinguished people. They started to do that and develop them and then took on what they were learning from those Moors and all them other stuff like that was teaching them how to. And then they came in and just dominated.
Besides that fact, but the theory on, like you said, the Meso and all that stuff, both of y'all theories make a lot of sense. This is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Like the theory on Homeboy, how he, you know what I'm saying, and you on the elements and everything. So with the conflict with me or something, I think it is on the individual, like you said, what they kind of believe in. So
whatever drives you.
And kind of to me, because both y'all theories hypothetically sound I
feel like it's a matter of the theory that's been, which is what everybody can go and the theory that he's presenting that conflicts it, because the theory is basically the same thing, and this man don't knock the Bible and none of that. You know what I'm saying? Everything around religion is something else. There's a difference between knowing and believing. So a belief is something that, you know what I'm saying, it has the word lie in the middle for one, and it's something that somebody presents to you so that you can follow something in order to be governed and controlled.
See, I can't play that mind trick with the words because a lot of people would be like, these are European words, so these was not.
That's
words.
Not necessarily true. That is the European words. They are derived from Latin, but they derive from something else altogether. They go even further back.
That's what I mean. So,
you know,
how we go from grunts to language.
but see, that's the thing. The intelligence was according.
That's why I like Kanye. That's why I like Kanye. I don't know if you heard Drink Champs.
I was listening to it yesterday. But let me tell you something. All the intelligence was already instilled in everything.
That's what I'm saying. So Adam and Eve was perceived like they know how to communicate with each other, so they wasn't grunts.
But they move with the rhythm. The drum.
That's what people have to separate according to those theories. It's like who was grunting. Who was grunting? The creative individuals that didn't know no better was grunting. The one that was projected here already had some common knowledge, just like how you know how to get up, and do things without actually
I don't think they was
projected.
That's what Kanye. That's why I listen to Drink Champs. He was like the creators, the people.
Right. No, that's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, they wasn't. I said the ones that were created was the one that was created by the ones that was projected.
Unreal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
The animal-like ones was the ones
that lived and just like what they say like
those are the ones they got rid of. Basically.
Those are the ones that we see now, but they're newer model. So there was some sort of evolution because there was crossbreeding. All right, those ones that look like this, we gonna wipe them out. Diseases, famine, this and that. But the ones that keep so that there was an evolution to that extent, right? However, you know what I'm saying? Everything got more softer, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Nobody looks like that. But then again, some people do. Some people do still reside around here, like the Aboriginals. The Aboriginals, they look very primitive, so to speak. But allegedly, they're not us neither. They just brown. They're darker. They of that creation too.
Because honestly, though, when they show like the pictures from like they show like those pictures from the islands that people they don't let nobody go to. Like remember a couple years ago those cameramen went there, they got killed and shit. When they show like the little pictures of those, if you look real close to me, and I can't tell if a texture too well, their hair are more straight.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's why they're supposed to. And if you think about it, what makes sense is how come the white man didn't knock them out? They can get to them if they want to.
Yeah.
They can
blow that shit up.
Because that's their people.
They probably already over there.
They just dark. There's a difference between a brown man and a bronze man. The brown man is still a Caucasian. It's that created individual too. Because the signifier is the woolly hair, the antenna. If your hair grows dead and down, you have animal DNA in you. That's basically all he's saying. Anybody with dead hair has animal DNA. It's fur, it's not hair.
Alright, can I ask a question?
Basically.
What happened if you got hair like
But you know what?
What happened if you got hair like mine?
But your hair, and then he actually touched on that too. He said our hair is very similar to us. He actually did, but everybody be throwing shit at this thing.
I don't know. So I saw a sheep.
But it's similar. It's similar.
That hair was crazy, right?
Yeah, it is. However, like when you say yours, because mine's is straight, and our hair could
my hair is straight.
Our hair, but our hair still grows up though. It still grows up.
It's not
it goes.
You're not about to drop your hair like a dirty bomb.
Way more.
No, I know what he's saying. But I'm talking about the niggas
you know what I'm saying?
Your hair
No, I'm not trying to argue, but
his hair is down when he's in the style that pulls him down.
Because
but
his hair was out of drag.
I can't. I can't.
People got like hair like
lock mines like this.
Like you saying.
No, but what he's saying is that if his hair was out of drag, his hair would stand.
I know, but you could tell the texture of mohair. Mohair is thick.
Down.
Like he's saying, my hair is not thick.
Why would for so many years they say, oh, you're ugly, you're this, you're that, and hate you for no reason, right? But if those people are brown too, why they giving them so much love? The East Indian.
Yo, the Indian bitches get mad.
They get mad. Why does the white
let
them give so much incentive when they come into America? When they come to America, they
come over here with none with their head wrapped up. They take their hair down. You like, girl, you gorgeous. Oh my God.
They because they relate. They related. That's the thing.
They be having their whole hair all wrapped up, scared to death for their life to even show you their face.
It's said like a lot of them.
White man love them.
They look at us and they be like, they know. It's just the fact that somewhere along the line, we were stripped from that. They see that's the thing too. They're brown. He would describe more of a brown like mud color. But we are brown. You know what I'm saying? According to him, right? We a different type of brown. So like and the only reason that they're that dark is because they of that first creation. That's where the development got lighter and lighter and lighter. It was the first development wasn't pure white. Yeah. They were bright. That's what they kept getting lighter and lighter over time because that's why they kept wiping stuff out. And crossbreeding. And making
crossbreeding. It's crazy how all these all these theories, they all honestly all end up at the same.
Like you said, the theory.
The theory. That's the
it's really just one and like multiple approaches to it.
Exactly.
It's
crazy,
Big as fuck.
You really don't know it until you start having these conversations.
Like I said, look where we placed the Garden of Eden.
Yeah.
And look at the 2 we came.
Because when we found where the Garden of Eden was at, and then we went back. Like they said, the Garden of Eden is now in Iraq.
Theory. Honestly,
your idea of something, but you almost have enough facts to be like, it could be proven.
Who's this?
It's not.
But what is it?
A theory is something you have to say, and it can't be proven. It's just you can't. It's not a fact yet.
Right.
Okay.
Right. It's basically
it can't be proven, but it's not a fact yet.
Yeah.
It's like this could have 99% happened, like potentially led to this. Like everything we saying, like have like pathways to like lead to this. What Barry was describing, it sounds a little bit.
The only way I really take to it is because of the lies, and when you set aside, just like, and if you listen to, and you realize what they don't teach and what they taking away from what they used to teach, and then it's like, why did they do that? It's because they noticing people are starting to realize that. And once you realize, like I said, you don't hate down, you hate up. Why would they hate black people so much? So-called black people. Now, black people have developed that name. And it's a slap in the face to the army because black, that word means dead, null, and void. You know what I'm saying? So when you call yourself black, and you got these black females walking around here with dead hair on their head, blonde wigs, blue wigs, looking like they insane, it's because they taking on the way of them, which is the so-called devil. So that's where they get wiped out. Now, eventually, there's not going to be any more mixed colors. It's going to be, according to this theory, gray and brown and bronze. It's going to be the ones that started it, because the black people going to get wiped out, the white people going to get wiped out. It's going to be the ones that started it, and it's going to be the ones that are into white people, the ones that's out here killing them, doing all kinds of degenerate shit. The so-called black people, even though they are our people physically, they're gonna keep intermingling. They're gonna keep intermingling with
my
the white
goddamn
ones
brother
and the Caucasian ones and just form the gray race. They're gonna form the gray race.
That's what the best color there is.
Have y'all ever seen? Have y'all ever seen the 100?
How do you see the world, black or white?
Have y'all seen the 100?
There's no gray line. There's no gray line.
Never seen the 100? Y'all ever seen the 100?
Nah, I never seen it. Was it
the 100?
Oh well, the 100 is basically a show. It's about end of the world. They save some of the world by building these things in space. Basically, after a couple years, they go back to see it's inhabitable. They find people living down there, and a bunch of crazy shit happen, right? But basically, when you say that, and it got this is real sci-fi shit, so it veered off. It got real crazy. At the end of it, though, the survivors basically are fighting now to become this ultimate race. You know what I'm saying? Become this race that's above all. No pain, no nothing. They just are beings, basically, of light, and they are. That's what they are, and they're just free. They're free of everything, and they're either fighting. They're fighting between staying on Earth, which is basically hell at this point, or becoming these beings and stuff like that. And I bring that up because you said that everybody's gonna be eliminated. Everybody's gonna be eliminated
or fused into one.
Well, I mean, like you said, like the white people are gonna be eliminated, the black people are gonna be eliminated. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna be eliminated. And then you're gonna have Noah. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna have in a sense that they
they're gonna die off eventually, and their children are just gonna be fused. Okay. That's what I mean. Okay. That's what I mean by gray race. Okay. Because the one, I'm like, you got the older, you got niggas that look, that running around here looking like Joe, like Joe Biden. You ain't gonna see them no more. Yeah. Because his children is mixing with black people and this and that. Okay. So you ain't gonna see that. All right.
See, you're gonna see Matt Kim Kardashians.
I took it that's why I brought up the 100.
You're gonna see mad at those.
Okay. Yeah, it's talking about that.
And then you're gonna get the people that want to stay with their own, which is whoever decides to be pure blood, which is he's trying to do with the Mesoamerican community. He has his own community and all that stuff. Ooh. Right?
His own community in Brooklyn?
Yeah.
It's in Brooklyn too?
No, he got people. Yeah. He just got
it's like a whole community.
I'm actually he got these niggas.
No, he got he got a whole block.
Seriously, he got people that's scary. He got a football player that he just spoke about that he was upset with.
That's funny that he knew that.
Because he was like the guy got in trouble because he went up there and he's a young guy. He's a young NFL player that was in the community. He went in. He left. A lot of people leave the community. He's like, yo, I don't want your black ass in here. If you want to be black, you want to go back to being black and doing what the white man do. You can go ahead. I don't give a fuck. I don't want you. I don't want you here. Da. So either way, the dude, right? He was posting stuff in a magazine saying something. I think they asked him a question in an interview. It's like, who's your God? Oh, do you believe in God or something? He's like, I don't believe. He started talking that ominous type stuff for the most part. They started coming down on him. Oh, you cuckoo, this and that. They went and called Ruben a cult leader like they do, and this and that. And then dude disbanded himself from the community. And Ruben was like, I don't give a fuck. He was like, yo, go ahead. He was like, but I'm just using him as an example. Because, you know what I'm saying, people have done that. People have listened to him. He said he got white people that listen to him faithfully.
Yeah.
He got white, even though he be shitting on him. Listen. He be calling him all kinds of two-legged animals.
That don't stop
But because and they'll call him all kinds of names, but then they keep listening to but see that's how they got wise anyway. Yeah. Because that's how
I do a dig at my job. He said like I did all the religions. He said I wanted to try them all out. Huh? That's what one of my white boys said. He said I did all the religions, Mike. I wanted to try them all out.
They do that shit to gain information.
Right. They do it to gain information and get the one up, the tribe.
No lie. He said, yo, I went to that sociology shit. He was into that shit in New Haven for like a good year. Light work.
Oh, Scientology?
Yeah.
Scientology. Yeah. That
he was into all that. He did all
that thing is whack.
That's another one.
Like it'd be nuts.
Nah, my goddamn brother. Nah, I'm just like. But what you call it?
See, that's the main reason why I can't get with him. This is why. See, I don't take everything for face value. Cause he goes, yo, get that. He's like, man, even your own family, if they not trying to get down, and he's like, you gonna have to leave them alone. He said you gonna have to leave them alone because they still got that energy on them. I like, yo, in my head, I'm like, I'm not leaving my brothers nowhere. So, cause like people gotta pay $144 a month. Some people be like, why I gotta pay that? He be like, yo, you'll pay for this and this and that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to, but I guess if you want to be officially with them, and I guess how it's some kind of way, I guess like they'll take care of you, maybe or something like that. Almost like Islam.
Nobody ain't touching me. Nobody ain't touching me. I'm paying for my security.
It sound like that. Cold. However,
it is.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta take it like that.
Yeah.
Right. However,
face value, right?
However, if you
because he don't read no books. Like no, his theories.
No, he do.
Oh, I thought this was.
He's getting a lot of literature. He's getting stuff from.
He's Professor Xavier.
He's getting.
He's still getting that. No, he has to get his shit.
He's
from
getting
somewhere.
stuff from research.
Yeah, like he has to
and pretty much making an assessment.
Yeah.
However, when it comes to that membership shit, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even go with as far because
that plate. I'm be like, listen.
Look. See, that's the thing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Right.
That's anything.
You gotta think about it.
At the end of the day, you gotta pay.
I get his
pay.
I get his stance because it's like, yo, he even says it. He's like, yo, he don't want the money for anything in particular. He don't need it. However, You know what I'm saying? The money goes into the building of the community for the most part. You know what I'm saying?
I can understand that because if you're doing something like that, you definitely going to
You're going to need some bread, man.
Yeah.
So niggas gonna pull up for the low.
It's whatever.
I got you, bro. I'm on the way.
Want me to keep church open?
Right, and it's not.
Can I say something? But see, and this is why. After a while, I broke off some of it. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't really fuck with religion like that because because that shit all seemed like a Ponzi scheme to me. And I mean, I'm just talking about the whole.
Jay-Z said it the best. You ain't gotta go to church to know your God.
Yeah, and I like that. I like that saying. I do. I like that saying. It's a good, but it just see when the money and shit get involved and everything.
That's where everybody has a problem. But see, that's where everybody has a problem. Evil. And you know what? And this is where I get him, even though I wouldn't do it, because everybody does make, well, how am I gonna afford this? How am I gonna do that? And everybody, and then it's like, nigga,
it's not even affording.
You could put money here and all that and support, this and this and that, but when it comes to as a collective, right? And not to say that, but I understand his stance because you would have to listen to him more to understand, or he'll word it even better because it's like
you got to give something to the tribe back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But why we can't do the bartering system? Why we got to put the money? Why because can't get some bread for your beans? Why can't
because
get
that's not how things work right now.
Not in Brooklyn, nigga.
Well,
no beans.
Not in Brooklyn.
Hell no. A tree grows in Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying?
What am I trading for an Xbox?
That's not gonna work. That's not gonna work because
some weed for your coat.
Well, if I got design and you got some printing,
just like
about weeks for a week,
but you still need land, right? You gotta buy the land. Yeah, you gotta buy the land. You gotta buy buildings.
If you honestly, if you trying to get obviously he's trying to build something. He's not trying to like come off as a cult. He's trying to build something. He's trying to build something
as a collective,
brother.
You know
Economics is
because this is another thing. See,
but look what Killer Mike did with his economics. He got the land. He ain't really
listen.
But Killer Mike ain't got too much going on in that sense.
And best believe people.
It took him a minute.
Behind the door,
he got
he had to, and I'm pretty sure he probably got good credit.
But
what Akon did, same shit. He saved,
and they get investors. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying, when you mix,
you see how much you got in your bank account, and then they like, all right, I'll fuck with him.
What I'm saying is,
this man is not getting paid off of music or nothing like that. He's not getting of money from touring and stuff.
I know,
like
but what I'm saying,
start with.
The whole thing is when you mix the religion thing and with the
that's the problem. See, look, all right, look. This is how it go. This is how it go. The white niggas did, according to him, and I go with this. Don't get me wrong. To call you a goddamn cultist, but yet he got you thinking it's a motherfucking man sitting on a cloud, and that's not insane. That's not insane. That's not insane.
Sitting on what?
A cloud. Running everything. One man, a white man, is sitting on a cloud running everything.
Santa Claus.
Zeus.
God.
Santa Claus.
Is that logical to you? Like really, when you it's not logical.
It's not because I never thought about it.
But a lot of people do. A lot of people
for kids.
That's the parables, but then a lot of people really
Santa Claus
do. Like,
the
God up there, he's up there, and this and that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So like, it's just the whole cultist aspect because you got so what's the name that has these super churches. He's not a fucking cultist.
Oh no, it is. That's why I said because when I was in high school with
who for the kids?
That's
Olstein, shit like that.
Oh no, but when I was with I had first-hand experience. That's how I know. I don't fuck.
But they won't depict that in society as that.
Oh no.
They'll let it fly. That's what I'm saying. That's his point.
Oh,
they'll let it fly. He's a cultist for saying that, we Mesoamerican, this and that, whatever. And as a collective, as a community, you might, you know what I'm saying? want to put up some money and all that.
But it gets too deep because when he started doing that,
doing the same thing, but because he white and he preaching Jesus, he's not a cultist.
It is a cult.
Not according to society.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what they'll point. And another white guy will come to you and be like, "Oh, don't listen to that guy. He ain't nothing but a cultist. This and that. Oh, what about Joel Osteen? Oh, Joel Osteen is a great guy. Who are you talking about?" That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Like the society.
I feel like anytime you build a community with the people you want to be around, that's what they gonna call you.
Yeah. Because my whole thing too.
Because you're going against the
grain. You're going against the grain. Let's say we moved to Iowa and I just took over maybe like half the city or like a quarter of it.
He says it's true.
They're going to be on high alert. FBI going to be searching my crib like, where you getting this money from?
Here, because America was...
What y'all doing over here?
So what happened to Hitler?
America was allegedly... Huh?
Yeah, fucked it up, yeah.
What took over and Rick Ross and took him a minute to do that shit in Florida.
No. Look, America was allegedly already America. Amerigo Vespucci changed his name to make it seem like it. Because obviously they don't talk about Amerigo Vespucci. They keep talking about Columbus. So this motherfucker just threw him in the mix to make it seem like something. 1. 2, that's just like us going over to Italy and be like, we Italians. Them motherfuckers will kick our asses. Them motherfuckers will be like, what the fuck, get your black ass out of here. Just that's how he said it. But yet they did it over here. They came over here. They was disbanded. They had Germany. They had Italy, Ireland, even though they all the same fucking thing. They was tribal.
A lot of people died.
So when they came, they had that tribal.
A lot of people go to Germany now, though. I do know that part.
But when they had that mindset as a tribe, they came over here and was like, yo, we gonna change this shit. We gotta come together as a collective. So at first the Italians came over here, they was treating them like niggas. They was treating the Irish niggas like niggas. Yeah. Nowadays, everybody's white. Them niggas don't even claim they shit no more. They not Italian Americans, they not Irish Americans, they just Americans. They just took over this shit completely. Because this shit used to be our America. Mesoamerica. They took the name of the Meso out. And it just bugged out how you could do that though. Just like we can't go over there and say that. So they took that whole, cause they was all fucked up over there fighting each other. It was criminal activity.
That's why they left.
They brought all that shit over here. They brought it all, flipped it, made the black people criminals, made them the face of criminal behavior. But that's their nature.
Yeah, that's their nature. Yeah.
Know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you know what I'm saying, and then got the black people and got the brown people.
All your boys you know who came here from America. They were like, yo, we came here. It was fucked up where I was at.
Yeah, facts. So across seas, that should be
nigga, I couldn't
and
eat.
back in the day, where like we say,
most of them Albanian boys.
Like that's why they say black people don't get away with crime that well, because it's not in our nature. It was like he was like he don't even care like necessarily about you coming to this community. He was like, yo, black people should be the first people to be cops. He was like, yo, that's what the army was sent here for, to look over this bitch. He was like, black people. He was like, y'all motherfuckers need to be the first ones to join the force. He's not even against police. He's like, yo, we are nationally lawmen.
I've always said,
you know what I'm saying? That's why we don't get away with crime. That's why we feel guilty. We feel bad.
The only way to change the police force, like as a whole, like no lie, it's like if it's like 1 year, like all the black men just sign up to like be policemen. Yeah. Like if you do that shit, if black people was to do that shit, we gonna change the whole system. We gonna change.
Shut up. That's why I give him a little bit of credit, because it's like, yo, just get it together. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He basically just like, yo, get it together.
I agree with that.
But no, this mad funny, because think about it, like, no lie, imagine, like, if we was all, like, trained and everything, we walk into a crib, we see some dumb shit, like niggas smoking a blunt. You know the difference between a white cop compared to what we would do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying now.
We would be like,
but just imagine,
nigga, calm the fuck down, nigga.
It's like in a year, like in America,
a white cop in there knocking and banging on the door, trying to scare the fuck niggas out. Like,
let's give it a number. Like, say like in a year in America, right? Like
that Carl Winslow right there. Like, nigga, what the fuck you doing?
2022, you get like 500,000 black men who sign up to be a policeman, and all across America, 500,000 black men or more sign up to be a policeman.
Well, do you want to be a cop
in
New Haven?
That's gonna change things. Like it's gonna change.
And
but Julia,
see, because police, and this is where I know he does some of his research, because The word policy, they're policy holders. They work in a line with the government officials. They started off only, if you look at a lot of this shit, there was nobody policing nothing back in the day. You protected yourself.
Yeah.
They started that shit with the slaves, to capture the slaves.
This is the
first.
Constitution, nigga.
And only because only because these niggas is like, yo, go get them, we'll pay you.
He was on my crib.
They hold a policy. That's where you get police from. Yeah. They hold a policy with the law officials and all that, whatever, whoever's the owner of that land. That's why they only in certain counties, different districts. It's whoever's running that jurisdiction.
Right.
They paying them for the most part. It's not like one united police front.
I kind of want to read.
You know what I'm saying?
I want to read into that and see what cities have the most black cops. That's probably one of the safest cities.
Yeah,
that's probably one of the safest cities.
To be honest, it could be easily.
That's probably one of the safest cities.
I wouldn't doubt that it's Atlanta. I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it.
It could be.
Atlanta, man, safe.
Try it. Look,
it'd be a weird. I know it's a weird town. It
is very weird.
No, and you know what? And that goes on your theory again. And that's why they corrupted all the gays.
Listen, if all the cops is black, I'm comfortable, nigga.
They was police right.
Unless they like in some Texas.
Well, we don't know. We don't know nothing about Atlanta.
Hold on, but that's what I'm saying. But Killer Mike, but bring back to my thing with Killer Mike. Half of his property and his little county he owns is run by black people. Like his barbershop, the police officers and everything is ran by So that's what I'm trying to say.
I'll slide through.
You know what I'm saying? Make you think like, oh damn, we can't get them with the policing because we kind of like with the NBA overpopulating them. Maybe we gonna throw this little gay stuff at them. Like you know what I'm saying? You see, that's the most overpopulated
the gay
community.
You talking about in Atlanta? So that's what you're saying. They try to
push it off. Like don't go there. There's too many gay people over there.
Shit like that. Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, they got my cousins is gay, so I don't gotta worry about some dumb shit.
But that goes on your thing.
You gotta know yourself.
The gay thing is just to keep people from reproducing.
But that's what I'm trying to say.
Still gonna go to Atlanta, nigga. This shit don't mean
nothing. But that's how
you should be in bad black cops.
Back to that great thing now. We don't care about that. We know ourselves now. Like we know who we are. So niggas ain't even looking at that. So we just looking for peace and tranquility, and harmony right now. So you know what I'm saying? They try, like you said, they being exposed. Their hand is being exposed. They don't,
and they showing it.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
I do believe this is the last day.
A lot of these people he would even refer to, and it bothers me just like when we spoke about how he was going against Dave Chappelle. He don't necessarily go against. He's like Dave Chappelle. He's like, at least that nigga ain't put on a dress. That's what he says.
Yeah.
But
that guy.
Yeah, that's the same guy. This is all of his.
Yeah, Nick says this is all of his. Nick found an nemesis. Explains it. It's like this guy is always
because if you look at it, so now, and I said that to say this because he says that about a lot. He even calls Malcolm X a coon. He calls.
We hear that a lot from black community.
Yeah.
We've heard that a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
Like I said, black people out there a long time ago. You'll find something that fuck that nigga. Well, you know Martin Luther King cheated on his wife all the time. Nigga was on marches all damn day. Like, you know he's a punk pulled up.
Anybody that promotes Pan-Africanism in Africa, the only reason Malcolm X was really considered that is because he came back from Africa wearing the dashiki. That's not us. And it makes sense. He was like, notice how fast that fad went away. When niggas was wearing the tribal armor, dark, muddy looking colors.
That shit on
that's not us. We don't even feel that shit. Mesoamericans, we was wearing gold. We was the fly niggas. That's why everybody attract to us. Because the people that was here and all over, especially here in America, always had that, like jazz, the blues and all that come from Mesoamerican culture. We was cool, so that's why everybody is attracted to that. Everybody hate the black people, but they want to the so-called black man, but they'll take his style in a minute.
Can I say something?
That was
my man say
I gotta say something.
Yeah.
Hold on, before y'all speak.
Go.
And this shit, and it's funny, and it bring back to me. And I hate this shit with a passion. But everything Kanye West was talking about on Drink Champs,
I was listening to it last night.
Kind of makes sense. And this motherfucker kind of look like a genius right now.
No, he been looking like. I was just talking about
Kanye West is always
no, not even that.
Kanye West is very aware.
Yeah,
he's aware. He's woke.
Yeah, nah, he's
you know
up
what I'm
there.
saying?
He's awoke.
We know that. We just know he also said some outrageous shit.
He got a doctorate. Don't let you know how hard it is to get a doctorate.
It's okay.
There was one statement he did say he was like, they should have killed me when I said George Bush hate black people. He was like, it's too late now. I was like, this nigga is insane. I was like,
it's funny because I was playing it.
I was like, oh, this nigga is
ready to rock. He's ready to rock.
I couldn't find that stat.
About the cop? Yeah. And they probably won't even show it.
They won't show it.
They probably won't. Google is being controlled more and more nowadays. Yeah. They don't want nobody to realize.
Wait, it wouldn't tell you. It wouldn't tell you what city got the most black cops.
Where the black cops at?
Where the most black cops are.
Trying on DuckDuckGo, right?
You Googled it? And
yeah. No, I was thinking that too. Yeah, did he try it on? Supposedly.
I Googled like 3 different
He about to
ways
curse
try
out.
Oh yeah?
like
Even
black cop ratio.
But did you try to win the DuckDuckGo?
I'm
glad. Oh, man.
You ever heard of DuckDuckGo? It's supposedly a more private way of searching, even though all these things I feel like it's easy connected. But there a lot of people you'll find different. It's a different. It's been around for some time. DuckDuckGo is this another search engine? It's another search engine.
I missed
wow.
Got you.
That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's a perfect reaction to it. What is this?
This nigga did some
What
like
is
wing.
this?
He said some dirty wing shit.
Yeah.
He did some dirty wing. Nigga did that dirty wing shit. Dirty wing.
Yo, that shit was hilarious.
He said, "Oh my bad, all these ass spams." I was like, "Yeah, you spamming all right? You spamming a lot, nigga."
Yo, what the fuck is my boy?
That nigga over here is spamming like a motherfucker. Nigga, LOL, nigga. What's that other shit?
Nah, man.
Nah.
What you looking for?
My nigga.
Yo, I can't stand class.
That's that dirty wing shit.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Nah, man, you know what?
I cannot.
Oh my god. He said all these spams.
Yo.
I was like, yeah, you spamming like a motherfucker. God damn.
You gotta stop cooking. Yes, man.
Right on the TV screen.
It was on the TV? Oh my god. That's like when Matt Hopper hit that nigga. It was
That way too harsh for me. Okay?
Y'all remember when Matt Hopper hit that battle rapper?
Hit me again.
Why? I'm thinking like, yo, where's the dads in all of this? Cause if I was the dad,
you gonna tackle him?
Oh, what? I would have went to jail. It would have been a whole different subject. I would have.
Clyde and Jermaine O'Neal there.
Oh yeah. Oh, but no, it's
I think
funny.
you said she was hooking off on that.
Oh no, this is one.
I didn't worry about the mother.
Yeah,
the mother.
they found another one
with her.
Yeah,
same female.
hooking off on a whole team. I watched it on Facebook. I was like, this shit.
You want to see that one?
The facility in Garden Grove.
Right, that's what you was gonna show us, man.
And he type in that drama shit.
You stupid.
Big black bitches fighting.
Spam.
Part
like,
2.
Damn.
Part 2.
That shit come on YouTube porn. He be like,
God damn it, what you was doing? Spamming, you know?
yo, who's this?
Get right, killer.
Alright, so yeah, that was interesting though.
Yeah.
I feel like I had something to buy.
Oh my. But what would you do if that was your daughter?
I sure wouldn't go to jail. I'll tell you that.
I have to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I already got the day off early today.
One, I'm putting my daughter in karate class to start in January.
Yo, nah,
she better know how to whoop some ass or some shit like that. This is why I'm doing that. I'm doing that just for that reason. For that.
Nah, you gotta be incognito. That yo, shorty.
This is what I'm grabbing my woman in this situation.
Okay,
like, please don't kill me.
You're right. No, you gotta put a hit out on something like that. You don't go to jail and you don't get your daughter.
That's my Jasmine out there. I'm fucking you up.
Yeah, you gotta put a hit out on her.
You get kicked right in the ribs. So I'm going to jail.
Well, I mean, if you there, that's something different. If I'm there, but if I had to see that on video, I'm definitely putting a hit out on Shorty.
I wouldn't even be mad.
Shorty, she gonna get hit up.
Melanie,
I got money on your bail, bro.
Let her play basketball or some shit like you gonna be like, Brian, you ain't coming.
I got some money on your bail. I got you.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely, she was like 2 times bigger than Shorty.
So she just stuck up her, like she just turned on 100.
Yeah, like
if I didn't see B jump down the stairs and kick her, like doing this and started some shit real quick.
Let's see the upside.
So she's just a bully.
Yeah, it's like a washing machine. It's not happening.
And I found I saw both videos.
Put it on watch.
This is the second one. Taking on the whole team.
Oh man, hit the watch.
Oh, she's crit. Yeah, like she's crit.
Shut up. Hit the watch screen.
Yeah, she got issues. Yeah, she definitely got issues.
What?
Where her team at? Why they don't hold her back?
They scared her.
If that was you, I'd be like, yo, chill out, yo. What's wrong with you, my nigga?
I'm winning. Shut up.
The coach ain't even doing.
I was talking to you.
Them bitches on the bench shaking their head like, here we go again.
And how was she even allowed to play after
Why you hit?
They're probably different teams.
Like, what's wrong with you?
They're probably different teams, though.
I would have told the coach, like, see, that's why I told you to put me in. That's why I told you to put me in.
I was just like, what's wrong with her?
When it's fucked up, the coach is sitting there like,
see, that's probably
scared.
That's probably different tournaments. That's probably not the same tournament.
so we'll get her back in 2 weeks.
That can't be the same tournament.
It's different times.
But even so,
Oh, same tournament.
Obviously, across the court with his
Them
head
niggas
down.
don't know what the
Yeah, we'll
fuck is
get her
going
back
on.
in 2 weeks.
That bitch get on the
She'll be
team.
ready.
You know what I mean?
what you mean 2 different teams? They don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
She
crazy.
did a different team. That ain't the high school team. That bitch
was
be
like
big.
Mike and somebody went for
If
like
that
a crazy
happened
layup or some crazy shit like.
That bitch look like Zion.
You might lose your mind real quick
So,
for a second. Just as a parent, you would lose your mind for a good like.
Oh yeah, I definitely. If I witnessed that in person, I would feel like wanting to do
snap
like
for
that.
like a good.
I'm snapping.
Like
I would definitely want to do
That
that.
is a very true
My first thing, I would run to my daughter.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like you're gonna go play
Now,
defense.
what I do next would definitely have to be like.
It's like 5 seconds.
Like on the serious actions, not serious.
It's the scariest 5 seconds.
Like basically, at this point, if I'm running on the court, like I'm telling the frame my friend, I see her closing out my daughter or some rest of the Undertaker shit. Boom, I run over to my daughter. You know what I'm saying? She's shaking up. Now this bitch over there wilding out, like she behind me, like still riding, trying to get to her. That's I ain't gonna front. Instinct might take over from there.
That's
the
automatic.
craziest 5 seconds from that
But
situation.
if she's more so like
just walking on,
like and my focus gonna be on my.
Turn your back, big bitch.
I'm gonna keep my focus on my daughter,
turn your back, big
and then I'm
bitch.
gonna put the hit out.
You are going down.
yeah, you gotta
Better
put
not.
it
Your uncle, your father better be in the stands. Better not turn around, big bitch, because you get mocked. I'm telling you, I'm hitting her.
I'm not
I'm
mad
going
at
towards
it.
you.
It is not and it's so fucked up because I'm not mad at his reaction.
Yes.
You gonna get tackled by the
I'm not
coach.
mad at his reaction.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not mad at his reaction either, but then again, I'm with my mom. I'm not going to jail. Because, all right, let's look at it like this. Let's look at it like this. I'm way too big to hit that.
He's just running.
So,
like,
I'm gonna murder this girl.
Yeah, you know, they just going to automatically look at me like I'm wrong.
You're going to murder
I'm going to look at you like
I'm
you're
gonna
wrong.
be in the
So
I'm totally in the wrong.
Yeah,
I'm willing to accept.
I wouldn't want to. I'm not trying to do that.
Accept all the blame.
Only if they went as far as like Ramon said.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna hit her.
I'm
not gonna do nothing crazy.
I wouldn't. If she
She's gonna break a rib.
Yeah, she gonna feel something though. You gonna feel
like I said, if I'm with my woman moment already, I'm
but see,
like,
that's at least you gonna have your female back. That's what's up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If you got somebody for that, then by all means,
I'm gonna have to go get the kids.
I think if a woman was to do it, I think it would be a different situation.
Yeah, that's a bad spot for a man to
I think I'm gonna look at you.
I'm gonna go get the kids.
You running there like
she gonna go get the
Big
girl.
Show with the big
yeah.
like that.
I'm gonna
go get the kids.
He just running there, just be like,
my girl with me though.
Going to spear her like Goldberg.
As soon as it happens, I'm just looking.
Yo, come on, man.
You know what's up.
And then depending how bad the kid come up, like if your kid just get up like, oh my god.
It's like this how the gym gonna go. You do it get clothesline. Everybody, no, facts. Look. You do it get clothesline. Everybody like, oh, you come in with the big boot and kick their belt. Niggas is like,
somebody's
it's a rap for you. Yeah, it's a rap for you. Once you get that reaction from everybody, it's a rap.
They gonna be like, that's what that big bitch
is.
I'm gonna be an internet hero.
You know what's coming? The police coming.
Niggas gonna pay his bill.
I'm gonna be an internet
No,
hero.
not necessarily, cause some simp ass nigga.
No. I'm gonna be
you gotta hit and run. Like,
niggas gonna pay his bill.
In the long run, somebody eventually, but in that moment,
within the week,
in that moment,
if it's online,
some simp ass nigga is gonna be like, you hit a girl and try to come at you in that moment.
She hit my daughter like that.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm just saying. That's what type of response or reaction
it's gonna be crazy because why? You gonna fix your big boo her in her face. You know what I'm saying? She gonna hit the ground. It's gonna be one simp ass nigga who won't be happy. He gonna have to get held back. Hit the girl. Let me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
They gonna get him like this.
Right.
One more time, y'all both gonna get paid. I got kicked in the face by a father. I got kicked the girl.
So don't just think you're gonna get away with just and I'm gonna be the hometown hero.
You're gonna eat it. Yeah. But people are gonna pay for it.
Yeah.
Because
niggas got
no. I mean, get and also no. Be prepared to fight some more.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you're not.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Initially, that's what I'm saying.
I said that. Her brothers, anybody. I don't care if they use UFC fighters at that point.
You have to change that big
I'm willing to take
that all day. Weeds all day.
I'm gonna kill somebody.
Yeah, I'm willing to take that effect. I don't care.
The key is to win.
I respect it though, because
that's what I'm trying to say. That's what people are gonna pay for it. That's what niggas gonna pay you out.
You have two options. Yes, you can react like that initially. Or you could give yourself a chance to react like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give myself a chance to react like that.
I'm gonna give myself a chance go wrong. Because I'm gonna do my best to come out the winner unscathed. So I don't want no lawsuits and that.
That's keeping it real goes on.
If my daughter knocked out with a concussion, more than likely I'm going to have a bad reaction.
Yeah.
However, like if she's fairly okay.
I'm not swinging for her head. Because I know me. I'm a grown man.
You gonna kick her in the chest? You gonna give her a heart attack?
Oh, no. I'm not doing that.
This is Spartan.
I might tag them thighs up. I'm going to hit you till you feel it.
You gonna break.
Yeah.
You might as well punch in the face.
I can't punch in the face.
You about to put in the walls of Jericho. You gonna go out the thighs.
What are you going to hit her for? To tag up her thigh.
Oh, she will feel it. I ain't gonna be that. It's gonna be one punch. One good punch.
You gotta body slam her, yo.
Oh yeah, she going in the sky.
Yeah, you gotta body slam. You even gotta punch her.
You laugh.
That big bitch
gonna be like, right. You might as well swim.
Hold on. They laughing. Let somebody run up. Let somebody run up and hit you in your knee right now.
But no, don't hit it. You gonna hurt your hand. You slam her.
He lifted me up.
No, don't hit it in the knee. You gonna hit your. You gonna hurt your hand.
Side of your leg. Somebody did it. You still. I can see that. But
you gonna fall.
She is going down. Let somebody come and shatter this whole shit.
You might as well Nancy Kerrigan her ass. Don't hurt yourself. Get a stick and hit her in the knee.
Barry gonna snip her. B gonna come on the top rope.
Word.
That bitch is
Double
going
G,
down.
yo.
Niggas gonna be like, look at these uncle and brothers just going crazy.
Yo, I'm telling you. Cause now it's like, yo, I did it.
Jasmine taking for the last ride and shit.
Yo, you hear this?
I'm tombstone
I'm really crying, y'all.
No way.
Head going right between the legs. Tombstone.
Yo,
no, he did that Undertaker. This big bitch is
best $10 I spent all year.
X.
Damn, yo, we
Remind
spent
me
too
not
long
to go
on this.
Yeah, but you said
Abuse of a.
Remind me not to go to games.
Yeah, I mean, because, like, yo, he said
I don't want
punch.
to be there.
all right. You know
And
what?
he don't want to punch.
Listen,
Just slam him.
both
You
y'all-
might as well just
both
just
y'all
like,
actions-
throw it to the ground.
both your actions gonna end up y'all in jail.
Just give her a
If
rock
you
bottom
want-
or a stunner
I
real
feel like
quick.
your initial thing is going to be attack her.
That's why I don't go to public
to make
events
it
like
easy,
that for
you
my
sweep
kids.
her.
Like,
You're not going.
you're
not gonna slam her.
He said sweep.
What if she jump?
As soon as you said sweep, I
Yo,
just
she
think of
gonna
Napoleon
do
Dynamite
it.
when my nigga Kim tried to
She
sweep
talking about
her.
roundhouse
way to
sweep.
take down a
Now,
teenager.
Some sweep by the
That's what my
shit.
nigga Kip did. He tried to leg sweep to my nigga.
Oh, she gonna jump over that shit.
Yeah, she gonna definitely block that
You
shit.
do it right. You gotta do it right. You gotta grab her.
He gonna hit you like he hit that girl. She gonna hit you.
Oh, man.
So
what you doing, man?
going out.
Yeah, that be fucked up.
She ain't
right?
gonna budge.
Yo, that be fucked up. You run towards her and she closes on you.
You gotta straight give her a gore, nigga. You
She
gotta
ready
give her a
too. You
gore.
see how she
I
was
know,
swinging?
she's
She's
on
steady,
everybody.
nigga.
She might
She's
get
steady.
hit.
After that, I
She
think
got
I was
her
gonna
toe.
have to stay
Clean
down.
nigga shit up.
Yo,
Because I'm already
You
gonna
fuck
feel
up. You
embarrassed.
fuck up.
If you get up and try to swing again, she hit you
Yo,
and
she
it's
would
over.
clean your shit. If she hit you
Yeah.
like that,
You gotta go
You
in
just
there and
gotta
give her a
eat it.
gore.
Don't get
Straight up.
cleaning
Just run
clocks.
straight-
If she hit you, if I run up and she hit me like that, I'm just eating it.
Nigga said, don't get up.
I can't get up. Yeah,
Never mind.
I gotta eat
Never
it. Yeah,
mind.
because if you get up and you
Walk
try
away.
to fight, yeah,
I mean, you don't just lay there. You
Just
don't
go
wanna
with your
just-
daughter. Like we gonna take this.
You gotta
out.
get doing that pickup. We never come back.
That's what I said.
You gotta be
Yeah.
smart. You
You
gotta
get that one lean back. You just gotta
This
get up
ain't
and grab your
juicy.
daughter
Yeah,
and go
we out.
home.
He be like, ooh.
That's why you
Don't
gotta
even
play
try
it
to
safe,
redeem
man.
yourself.
You run down on somebody like that.
You gotta walk up to
dead
her
to
mad
kill.
as fuck. She be like, oh, you want some
That's what
soup?
I
You
said,
want
the
some
big
soup? I'm like,
stick.
officer, arrest her right now. As soon as she turn over, you get a whole clean shot.
Yo,
Like,
the
you
only
get
way
one
you
good
gonna
one.
get on is kicking her, cause you like your kick is gonna be mad at
Right.
you, so you're gonna kind of fly through the air.
There's no third in
She
this.
can't
That's
turn
what
around
you
and
get
get
leverage.
Officer, get her.
You gotta get some leverage.
I don't
You get
believe
one
you
good-
because in high school, I don't know if you remember, but it was like a little gang
You
fight,
get
and this
one
little
good-
Asian dude tried to kick.
Real.
He tried to jump off the lunchroom table.
But he tried to do some movie shit.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Dude,
I remember
the Puerto
hearing
Rican
that.
dude caught the nigga in the air, grabbed his leg, and just tossed him on the
Definitely
floor.
got to pull up
I
on
said,
her
that's
real
a wrap.
quick. Mad agony.
You trying to go? You trying to? Come on,
Officer,
man.
get
Yo,
She
before
was
he
like,
did
what?
it,
Yeah.
Only time you go get.
Yo, that shit was
Movie
really
shit.
some movie shit that day, yo. That shit was bugged out.
So that's how you gotta break
I had
them.
a high school fight too.
Surprise
In
is
that
fun.
lunchroom, we all fucking fought the security
Man.
guards. That shit was crazy.
I would have been mad at y'all.
I wouldn't. I
My
wouldn't.
nigga, I just got pushed off the table.
I
I just want to see somebody in real life do a leg sweep. I just want to see that one time.
Yo, that
I want to see somebody do
that
one
is
leg
so
sweep. one time.
like risky, yo. Like,
That's what I'm saying. You run up on her, you just be like, sweep her. She just gonna.
I don't think you can get away with that.
Yeah,
nowadays.
I want
gotta
to see.
be
No,
quick.
like the way how you get down. He's
Yeah,
like,
I don't
like,
move and shit.
Yeah, you gotta be quick. You gotta
Yeah.
be quick. Fuck.